As we said, it's a warehouse in Boston, or maybe not Boston, but Boston in the 70s. A gaggle of incompetent weapons buyers and dealers end up taking pot shots at each other after this volatile deal falls apart. And as I said, people have talked about it as being like an extended riff on the end of Reservoir Dogs, but it's closer to say, if you think of that scene from Naked Gun 2.5, in which the two guys are shooting at each other from the opposite sides of the same dustbin, and take that and kind of do a sort of absurdist ad infinitum stretch on that. And I mean, I think that it's, as an exercise in stripping away narrative in favor of kind of just pure cinema, it is really remarkable. I think as a piece of slapstick comedy, it's really, really well put together. I was talking before about the fact that it has, a kind of silent movie slapstick sensibility, but with this absolutely cartoony sound effects, the cacophony of sound, which blends so well with the music to create this thing which is on the one hand scary and on the other hand, makes you duck and cover, but is also funny, is also, bang, boom, bing, all that sort of stuff. And it's really, really done well. I think that what the movie manages to do in terms of, and you might not think this when you're watching it, as a piece of constructed cinema, it is really, really well done. Its editing is astonishing. One of the things that we've talked about with editing is really well edited movies, you don't notice the editing. And in the case of this, when you think that, and there was an interview which I read with Ben in which he said that he'd mapped it all out on Minecraft originally to make sure that the characters were in the right place. And the film itself has architecture and geography that really works, and that story is told as much through the editing as it is through the dialogue, which is, sharp and funny and all the rest of it. But actually so much of it is to do with physical interaction, with knowing where characters are and understanding the chaos of the layout. And as a formal exercise, just simply that, how far can you take this? How far can you stretch this particular piece of string? How far can you unthread this? And I really thought that was bold and brave and very, very entertaining in a way that I hadn't expected it to be. We've had a lot of correspondence, obviously, about the ensemble cast, who are, I think, pretty universally terrific. I mean, everybody looks like they've brought their A game because they're kind of pleased to be in each other's company. I love the fact that the whole thing's shot in Brighton. I just think that kind of adds just another layer to it. And it passed the 6 laughs test in the first scenes, and the laughs continue all the way through, as do the gasps. I think that thing about focusing on the small detail, the glass crushed underfoot, as opposed to the high-powered rifles, actually being the thing that most people relate to, works really well. And I thought it had a genuinely sort of chaotic, nihilistic sense of properly absurdist theatre. I really enjoyed it. And actually, the funny thing about it is, it's one of those films that the more I think about it, the more I enjoyed it. I want to go back and see it again now.